Okay, here is another example, and it's the same idea. We're trying to find the focus, the directrix, and the axis of symmetry, right? Oh. Okay, so now we have equations that look weird like this, right? But it's still going to be the same idea again. We are trying to get it to match either one of these vertex forms. Now, for me to do that, right, I'm going to identify the variable being squared. So the same thing, so the same first step, just with weird numbers. We have x minus 3 squared. That's the expression being squared. That's the one I want to isolate, right? Now, so that means I need to move the 1/8, and I need to move that 2, that positive 2. And to do that, I'm just going to do straight algebra. So here, since it's easier to do this first, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. All right, cool. So hard to write with only one hand. And then I get this expression. So we can't combine it. It's not like terms. It's going to be left like this. And I'm going to set it equal to the rest of the equation. Yeah, just writing out my steps, showing my work. Now I need to move this 1/8. We've seen a question like this before. We're just going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. Now the reciprocal of 1/8, it's 8/1, or just 8. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 8. Oof. All right. So these two cancels out, and I'm just left with 8y minus 2. 8 times y minus 2 is equal to x minus 3 squared. So now this is looking a lot like one of the forms over here, this form. And I'm going to find out if it's going to open up or if it's going to open down. So now that I have it in a nice form like this, I'm just going to write out the vertex form I'm using, which is this. All right. And now I'm just going to go ahead and find my vertex. Vertex, it's H, K. So, and I need to use the opposite values. So don't get confused, all right? Sometimes this x minus h, it might be here or there. You just want to always remember it's h and then k, all right? So the opposite or the inverse of -3 is +3. The inverse of -2 is +2. And voila, that is my vertex. Let me just plot that over. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There you go. That's where my vertex is going to be. All right, now I need to use this guy over here to define the number of spaces. So right over here, I'm going to set 4p equal to 8. Straight algebra, just dividing 4 on both sides. Your p is going to, so 8 divided by 4, that's 2. Ooh, ew, well, yeah, that's 2. All right, so this is a +2. And that means it's gonna open up. Yep, it's gonna open up because +2 is bigger than 0. Yeah. Okay, so starting from my vertex, my parabola should, I'm just sketching it. It should open like that. And remember, your parabola is going to start from that vertex, all right? Not from the focus, the vertex. The focus, I just need to count 2 spaces up. So 1, 2. That's where my focus is at. And now I need to find the directrix. So I need to count 2 spaces in the opposite way. So sorry for my vertex. 1, 2. Oh, it's along this x-axis. Oh, there you go. All right, and then I need to find my axis of symmetry. All right, so this is the part where this parabola is getting cut in half. I got, aha, gotcha. Okay, all right, so I just marked everything, and now I just want to find the coordinates of everything. So my focus is going to be, well, I'm at 3 again. Yes. So it's going to be 2 up from 2. So 3, 4. So my focus is 3, 4. My directrix, it's always going to be a line equation, and it's over my x-axis, right? So the way you would read it is, okay, so this line is crossing my y-axis. So this would be y is equal to 0. It's not x is equal to 0 because here it's touching all the points of x. So that's why it's touching all the points of x, but none of the points of y. So that's why we're using y is equal to 0. And then my axis of symmetry, let's see, this line is touching one of the values of x, and that's 3. So it's going to be x is equal to 3. Let me just, oh God. Okay, I got it. All right, cool. Y is equal to 0, x is equal to 3. That's my axis. Okay, and I found all my points. And I am done.